So we'll start with simple Kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradharin Yashodanandana Rajjana Ranjana Yashodanandana Rajjana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय Let us offer the prayers. Asking. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितां तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ॐ मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरू दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् ॐ पवित्र पवित्र सर्वावस्थाङ्गतो यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षासाभ्याभ्यन्तरं शुचि श्रीविष्णु 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 हरे कृष्ण can you all hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis, and Dandavat Pranam to each and every one of you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. So, we are speaking from Srimad Bhagavatam. Let me share my screen. Share 16. Yeah. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, Prabhu, you can see it.
Yeah. So today we are going to discuss from Srimad Bhagavatam, and I'm speaking for next 1 to 1.5 hours just to purify myself and to remind myself the qualities I have, the same of Hiranyakashipu. So today we are discussing about Hiranyakashipu's qualities and how it leads to the fall down of his soul. And again, a disclaimer as usual, I'm speaking beyond my realizations just for the sake of the service. And if I speak anything beyond my realization and if I speak anything wrong, my humble request to all the Vaishnavis assembled here to please forgive me. So, without any further delay, I think we can get started. You all can repeat after me. Akrishta tasya set. One can repeat, only one, maybe. Can someone repeat after me?
अकृत्य पश्चात्तस्याति
सप्तद्वीपावती मही
सप्तद्वीपामतीमहि
तथा कामादुगा गावो
तथा कामादुगावावो
नानाश्चर्यापदं नभा
नानाश्चर्यापदं नभा
अकृष्टपश्या
अकृष्टपश्चा
bearing grains without being cultivated or plowed.
bearing grains without being cultivated or plowed.
तस्य
तस्य
of Hiranyakashipu
of Hiranyakashipu
आसीत्
Asit
was
was
Saptadipavati
Saptadipavati
consisting of 7 islands.
consisting of 7 islands.
Mahi,
Mahi,
the earth.
the earth.
Tatha,
Tatha,
so much so,
so much so,
Kamaduga,
Kamaduga,
which can deliver as much as milk as one desires.
which can deliver as one desires.
Gava,
Gava,
cows,
cows.
Nana,
Nana,
various,
various.
Ascharyapadam,
Ascharyapadam,
wonderful things.
wonderful things.
Nabha,
Nabha,
the sky.
the sky.
I'll read translation. As if in fear of Hiranyakashipu, the planet Earth, which consists of 7 islands, delivered food grains without being plowed. Thus, it resembled cows like Surabhi of the spiritual world or the Kamaduga of heaven. The earth yielded sufficient food grains, the cow supplied abundant milk, and the outer space was beautifully decorated with wonderful phenomena. So, today we are discussing from the 7th canto, 4th chapter, from 16th sloka onwards. So, just to give the context so that everyone understands like what are we discussing today. If anyone missed the previous classes by wonderful Vaishnavas. So Parikshit Maharaj was asking a question to Sukadeva Goswami, like if the God is partial to someone or is he same to everyone is kind of a question is asking Parikshit Maharaj was asking to Sukadeva Goswami. And also he was asking like how demons like Shishupal got salvation. So in those lines, he's asking the questions. So then Sukadeva Goswami was giving an answer detailing a scenario that happened in the historically between the conversation between the Yudhishthir Maharaj and the Narad Muni. So in this when the Rajasuya Yagna was being performed uh, during the Yudhishthir Maharaj time, um, Krishna got the Agra Puja. Okay, then Shishupal was blaspheming the Krishna out of envy and pride. Yeah. So then but then Krishna killed Yudhishthir Maharaj with his Sudarshan Chakra. Okay. So Krishna killed Shishupal with his Sudarshan Chakra. Then Shishupal got merged into the body of the Krishna. Okay. Then Yudhishthir Maharaj was asking a question. How come a demon like Shishupal got the salvation? And how come Vena, the same like a king, when he blasphemed, he went to the hell. So when Vena blasphemed the Krishna, he went to hell. But when Shishupal blasphemed Krishna, he got liberation. Why Krishna is showing the partiality between demons or the devatas? Like why is he being partial? When because it says that samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priya. Krishna is saying that I'm equal to everyone. There is no one like friend to me. There's no one like enemy to me. Everyone is my children. Mm. Then how come Krishna is being partial to between the demons and demigods? Okay. Then Narada Muni was answering that question to Yudhishthir Maharaj, and this conversation is being explained by Sukadeva Goswami to the Parikshit Maharaj. Okay. Then Narada Muni was saying the three lives of Jaya and Vijaya. So there used to be a two gatekeepers of the Vaikunta, Jaya and Vijaya. And once the four Kumaras got came to that Vaikunta to meet Vishnu, and then Jaya Vijaya did not allow them to the Vaikunta to meet Vishnu. Then four Kumaras cursed Jaya and Vijaya. Then you all know this story very well. Then cursed the Jaya Vijaya. Then Vishnu, they went to Vishnu and they told that we got the curse. Then Vishnu gave him the two options. One is either take the birth as seven births as saints, or three births as the demons. Then um, Jaya and Vijaya chosen to take birth as three births as the demons because they don't want to be in separation from the Vishnu from seven births. So they thought better to be demons instead of being away from the seven births as the saints, so that they can come back early to Vishnu. Yeah. So then those three births were being explained by Narada Muni to Yudhishthir Maharaj. The first birth is Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Next one is Ravana and Kumbhakarna. And third one is Shishupal and Dantavakra. So in this process, the first one is the Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. This is being explained vividly in the seventh canto of this Srimad Bhagavatam. So he started with Hiranyaksha, and he got killed by Varahadev. Then Hiranyakashipu got very angry on Mahavishnu, on Vishnu, because his brother got killed by Vishnu. He increased a lot of enviousness towards Vishnu, and Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill Vishnu. Okay. Then the Antima Samskaras happened, and during that time, Hiranyakashipu was speaking about the soul, signs of soul to his wives and sons. And then finally, Hiranyaksha's final rites were done. Then Hiranyakashipu was performing a tapasya to become immortal, and the end goal was to kill Vishnu. Okay, so Hiranyakashipu was performing so much of tapasya, and finally Brahma came to Hiranyakashipu and asked what you want. Then Hiranyakashipu asks, I don't want to be killed by devatas or the demons, not outside, not inside, not above, not below, not in any month. That this all the options Hiranyakashipu has chosen. And Brahma, because he was so much pleased out for his penance, tapasya, Brahma told Tadastu. Okay. Then finally, Hiranyakashipu got so much of power, so many powers he got. And finally, he came back to his kingdom and started ruling the world. And that's where the 16th sloka of the 4th chapter starts. Okay. So, because he got so many powers, okay, one should not misuse those powers. That's what this sloka is now telling. Like Hiranyakashipu got so many powers that he was ordering the earth to give the grains without planting any seed. Automatically, it should give the plants. Okay, and also 7 islands, Sapta Samudra, 7 islands or Sapta Dvipas are there, right? Uh, these 7 islands are covered by 7 samudras. Okay, those should also gives the gems to him. And also, uh, it became so practically the kingdom of Hiranyakashipu became like a Vaikunta, because in Vaikunta also it's the same thing. Everything gives by their own. There is no special shrama is needed there. Yeah, so it was looking like a heaven. Everything was serving Hiranyakashipu automatically. Earth was giving food grains automatically, and cows were giving milk automatically. So everything was automatically given serving Hiranyakashipu. Okay, so next in the next sloka, like this series is going on, like what's happening by flowing by the flowing of the waves, the various oceans of the universe, along with their tributaries, the rivers, which are compared to their wives, supplied various kinds of gems and jewels for Hiranyakashipu's use. These oceans were the oceans of salt water, sugarcane juice, wine, clarified butter, milk, yogurt, and sweet water. So these 7 islands are there, right? These 7 islands were surrounded by 7 samudras, Sapta Samudras we call it. So these Sapta Samudras are like Ikshu Samudra, Sura Samudra, Sapris Samudra, Kshira Samudra, Dadi Samudra, Jala Samudra, and Lavana Samudra. In this Jambu Dvipa, our earth is on the Jambu Dvipa, right? We hear from this pujaris, right? Jambu Dvipe. So ours is Jambu Dvipa, and this Jambu Dvipa is covered by the Lavana Samudra. That's why our ocean water is salty. See, this is the entire cosmology. Vedic cosmology is there in our scriptures. If we read it thoroughly, we understand like in how many Samudra oceans are there, how many Dvipas are there. Entire cosmology is there. Like you don't need to read, special books about for that. We have a Vedic cosmology. If you go through it, we understand these things. Okay, in this Jambu Dvipa, um, Lavana Samudra is there. Okay, so this Lavana Samudra is also serving Hiranyakashipu, giving the gems, jewels, Vaidurias, Vajras, everything. These all Samudras are giving. 7 oceans are giving the Vajra Vaidurias for the Hiranyakashipu's use. Okay, they are also serving. And also in the 18th sloka, the valleys between the mountains became fields for the pleasure of the Hiranyakashipu, by whose influence all the trees and plants produce fruits and flowers profusely in all seasons. The qualities of pouring water, drying, and burning, which are the qualities of the three departmental heads of the universe, namely Indra, Vayu, Agni, were all directed by Hiranyakashipu alone without assistance from demigods. Okay. Again, what's happening? First, Earth was giving the grains without any seeds. And second thing was, our cows were giving milk automatically. And next, all the oceans are giving gems and jewels for the Hiranyakashipu. Then what's happening now? All the mountains are serving Hiranyakashipu for his pleasure. And by the influence of that, trees and plants produce the fruits and flowers profusely in all seasons. Just like we are expecting all the fruits in all the seasons. Like, like we need all the, like we want this guava in all the seasons, mango in all the seasons, and every fruit nowadays is literally available in all the seasons, right? In the same way, Hiranyakashipu was ordering the nature to give all the fruits in all the seasons. Okay, and also the Vayu, Indra, Varuna, Agni, all the demigods are serving Hiranyakashipu. He became so arrogant. Literally, when he raises his eyebrow, even the sun becomes cool. And if there is a temperature if there is a very much cool, now it's a winter, right? Like if there is too much shivering, what we can do max, we can cover the shalva, etc., right? But Hiranyakashipu was raising an eyebrow so that the moon also gives the hot, weather. That was the power of Hiranyakashipu. Those many powers he got. And in the summer, if there is too much hot, then he raises an eyebrow saying that, oh, Surya, what are you doing? Then the Surya, the sun, decreases his temperature. So that was the power of Hiranyakashipu. But what to do? Let's see in the next sloka what's happening. In spite of achieving the power to control in all directions, and in spite of enjoying all types of dear sense gratification as much as possible, Hiranyakashipu was dissatisfied because instead of controlling his senses, he remained their servant. Okay, let's pause here and discuss in detail like what's happening here. Okay, so Hiranyakashipu got so many powers from Brahma. Okay, and he did a lot of tapasya, just like we do a lot of tapasya. Get up early, then go to work, attend meetings, do that, do this, earn money, that, this. So much of tapasya we are doing for only one reason: sense enjoyment. Okay, sense enjoyment is the only one reason we are doing so much of austerity, Kali Yuga austerity. Okay, like we don't need to. Like you may say that Prabhuji, we are not doing the austerity like Hiranyakashipu. Yeah, of course we are doing, based on the time frame that he had in that lifetime. Okay, in that yuga, we have 100 years, right? So that's why we are doing a little different tapasya, but we are also doing the same tapasya. Okay, we work like so hard for money, just for the sense gratification. Okay, so Hiranyakashipu, we are also doing the same thing. We are trying to create a Vaikuntha here, which is just a kunta. This is not Vaikuntha. This is just kunta. There's only dukkha here. There's only dukkha here, nothing else. Okay, and for that we are taking so many births again and again. What is that? Punascharva charvanam. Okay? Chewing the chewed again and again. Taking so many births, so many births, so many births. But Hiranyakashipu also was doing the same thing, but he was not satisfied with what he got. He was not at all satisfied. Bhagavad Gita, it says that, what's that? Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudram apa pravishyanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishyanti sarve sa shantim apnoti na kama kami. Meaning, ocean. So many rivers gets and mixed into the ocean, and but ocean never gets disturbed because so many rivers are getting mixed into the ocean. Ocean never crosses its border. It still remains still. In the same way, we should also be like that ocean. Even though so many desires are coming in our heart, we should be achala. Means we should not be shaken away by those material desires. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudram apa pravishyanti yadvat. Just like a ocean doesn't get disturbed by the rivers, in the same way, tadvat, in the same way, kama yam pravishyanti sarve. In our hearts, what comes? Kama, korikas will come, desires will come. Kama yam pravishyanti sarve, sa shantim apnoti na kama kami. But whoever doesn't get disturbed by those material desires, he remains shanti. He will be very peaceful, but not the one who always desires something. Okay, of course, because we are living in this material world, getting desires is like a common thing. But the question is, are we getting disturbed by those desires or not? Is the question. Are we immediately turning our heart towards Krishna or towards that material desires? Is the question. Yeah. So yesterday my colleague was asking, what did you do for the new year? Then I told Kirtan. What do you do on birthday then? He told Kirtan. What is that? Then I told, on birthday we do Kirtan, on death day we do Kirtan, on New Year day we Kirtan, on festivals we do Kirtan, and every day we do Kirtans. And there's nothing else to do for us. And we never get bored of it, by the way. Because he was telling that, I went to pub and we danced a lot. Then I told, you come to satsang, you will also dance, but you will dance for Krishna, not for yourself, and you'll feel very happy about it, by the way. Okay, it's not like faking. Okay, you'll feel really happy. Okay, in the same way, getting desires is common. But if we are not directing those desires towards Krishna, Rishikena Rishikesha Sevayam Bhakti Ruchyate. If we should direct those senses, those desires towards Krishna. If you want to eat pizza, eat. But offer it to Krishna and then eat. Yeah. Slowly, when we do this, when we fake it, one day we will make it for sure. At least if you cannot make it, at least during the, at least while death also, at least we will fake it, and at least then also we'll fake it saying Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. We'll fake it at least then. Okay. And Krishna is so merciful. Bhaja Bhakata Vatsala Sri Gaura Hari. So Bhaktavatsala is Bhaktavatsala. He treats us so affectionately. And even if we fake it, he will accept it. Even if we cannot accept it, our Radharani, Srimati Radharani is there to promote us, to recommend us. Yeah. So we should be directing our desires towards Krishna. Okay. So same way, this Hiranyakashipu. Okay. Like example, if you are getting too many desires, like a fire, we should not pour the petrol onto it. We should pour the water onto it. Means we should not get more desires to satisfy those desires, because that's like an itch. If there is an itch on your hand, it will feel very nice to scratch it. But if it scratch too much, what will happen? Will get hurt. There will be sukha also, but with so much sukha of scratching and feeling that happiness, finally there will be dukkha, that hurt, right? This is what Hiranyakashipu is doing. Because he got so many powers, he replaced all the devatas. He told that you go to hell, we don't need you. And all the yagna results also is being taken by Hiranyakashipu. Literally, he changed all the mantras also, uh, of yagnas. Okay, so then uh, there is a actual formula for the peace, like how to be desireless is being given in the Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter, 29 sloka. Bhoktaram yagnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhrudam sarvabhutanam gnatva mam shanti ruchyati. There are only three things we should do to become desireless. Nishkami. Okay, to become a nishkami, we should follow these three rules. That's it. What are those? Bhoktaram yagnatapasam. We should always remember that Krishna is the ultimate beneficiary of all the yajnas. Whatever the yajnas anyone do, the ultimate beneficiary is Krishna. Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu. That's what in every yajna, finally what they say? They recite so many mantras, but finally what they say? Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu. And we should always remember this, and we should never forget that the ultimate beneficiary for any yajna being this, the daily activities that we are doing also, the ultimate beneficiary is who? Krishna. And second thing is Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is what? He is Mahesha, means is the Mahaisha, the great controller, supreme controller of what? Sarvaloka. He is the supreme controller of all the planets. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Third one is what? Suhrudam Sarvabhutana. And is the well wisher of all the entities, not of just humans, by the way. Okay. Suhrudam Sarvabhutana. Of all living entities, he is the well wisher. When one remembers these three things, Bhoktaram Yagnasaptam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Surudam Sarvabhutanam. If one knows Gnatva Mam Shanti Ruchyate, whoever knows these three things, what they get? Shanti they get. The peace they get. Not the ulta. Ulta is what? Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya pararta shetasham vyavasayatmika buddhir samadho na vidhiyate. The opposite to this what? Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam. We get so much attached to this bhoga and also aishwarya. If we get attached to these two things, bhoga and aishwarya, what happens? Vyavasayatmika buddhir samadho na vidiyate. In that case, we will not get the love for Krishna. We don't get Krishna prema. But when we always remember these three things, Bhoktaram Yagnasapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Surdam Sarvabhutanam, one becomes desireless. One becomes desireless. Hiranyakashipu should have thought of it. Like, I got so many powers, but from where I'm getting these powers? Brahma is powerful, by the way. Is not an ordinary person. But above the Brahma, there is another power called Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hiranyakashipu should have put a small thought into it. Then you could have realized. But when we are so much engrossed in this Bhoga and Aishwarya, we fail to think. We fail to think. ध्यायते इन विषयान् पुंसे संगास्ते पुजायते संगा संगयते काम काम क्रोधाभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहन सम्मोहनात् स्मृति विभ्रमाश అంటే when we get too much attached to something, finally what happens, we will lose our intelligence, we will lose our memory, then we fail to think of what's going on and what's happening. Yeah? So even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, कृष्ण भक्ता निष्कामा आते वा शांता भुक्ति मुक्ति सिद्धि कामी सकली अशांता. Krishna Bhakta is always Nishkama, is always desireless. Okay, but Bhukti, Mukti, Siddhi, Kami, these are all. Like who is that? Karmis always wants what? Material enjoyment and opulence. Gnanis always wants, and so they have so much knowledge, but they don't have the proper devotion. Then those gnanis finally becomes what, like politicians, and they start hospitals, and they become celebrities because they got so much of gnana and they don't know where to apply that gnana, and finally they want to apply that gnana on themselves and they want to become the powerful like God. And yogis, they are too much engrossed in the gaining this yogic powers, mystic powers. They want siddhis, ashtasiddhis, and they're stuck in that, gain that. But bhaktas, four categories: karmis, jnanis, yogis, bhaktas. Karmis always engrossed in the material enjoyment, opulence, and jnanis always engrossed, with that pride of knowledge. And yogis are always behind these yogic powers, but the bhaktas are always desireless. Their only one desire is to become a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant, and there's no other desire for them. That's why they are so happy, satisfied internally. What is the use of having so much of wealth if there is no satisfaction? Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, Amitava Nitya Dasa Janinu, Ebara Mara Palana Bhara Eko Tumara. He's saying, Oh Krishna, for this time, my burden is yours because I am your eternal servant. You take care of my burden of maintenance. It's exclusively yours. In childhood, I used to see in my house, like we used to have some servants in the agriculture farming. I never used to see any that sorrow of our servants. Yeah, they used to feel very happy, and whenever there is any need, they used to come to our father and they used to ask, like, we need this, we need this. And for every festival we used to give them the clothes, and for every occasion we used to give them some money, and we used to give them some food. Everything was provided. Okay, if a normal person can provide so much to his servant, Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala, how much he should provide for his eternal servants, Bhaktas. He will provide for sure. Yeah. So the conclusion for this sloka is, no matter how much wealth we possess, but if we cannot control our senses, ajitendriya, if we cannot win our indriyas, ajitendriya, that's what this term is used here, ajitendriya. If we cannot win over our senses, no matter how much wealth we possess, no matter how much fame we possess, no matter how much name we possess, it's a useless thing because finally it doesn't give the satisfaction. And there are so many examples in Bhagavatam. You know, what happens when one is puffed up with this pride? If if we if we just engrossed in these desires, finally we become a fool and we forget everything. Literally, this Hiranyakashipu replaced Indra. Yeah. So that's why we should be really careful when we get this Aishwarya in our lives. Okay, we should get Aishwarya for sure. There's no problem. But when we get it, we should be cautious about it. Like, how are we spending? Where are we spending? And are we going away from Krishna or not? That we should always keep a check, or else we will be lost. Okay, next 20. Hiranyakashipu thus passed a long time being very much proud of his opulence and transgressing the laws and regulations mentioned in authoritative Shastras. He was therefore subject to take curse by the four Kumaras. So, four Kumaras cursed Jaya Vijaya. That's why they became Hiranyakashipu. Because of this pride, the Asura qualities in Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, the Asura, like what are the demon qualities? The qualities of a demon. What are those? Dhambo, Dharpo, Abhimanascha, Krodha, Paurusham Evacha, Ajnanam, Abhijatasya, Partha Sampada, Asurim. Means what? Dhambo. Dhambo means what? Pride. Too much of pride is the demonic quality. Dharpa, arrogance. Abhimanasya means, the self dabba basically. Okay. Krodha, anger. Paurushyam, the harshness in the speak or in the behavior. Next, Ajnanam means the ignorance. Next, these six qualities are the qualities of a demon. Whoever possesses these six qualities, he can be called as a demon. We don't need to have a 10 heads like Ravana. We don't need to have an arrogant face like Hiranyakashipu. Okay, we don't need to have a big eyes, big legs, big hands. If we have these six qualities, we are equal to a demon. And when I was reading about this, then I was thinking I am actually a demon because I have all these qualities. Yeah. What is that? Damba means pride. Dharpa, arrogance. Abhimanasya, self-dabba. Krodha, anger. uh, Paurusham, the harshness. And Ajnanam, ignorance. I have all these qualities. Then I was thinking. So we are also like most of the beings in this material world are also asuras with human faces. Okay. Yeah. Next. 21st sloka. Okay. Everyone, including the rulers of the various planets, was extremely distressed because of the severe punishment inflicted upon them by Hiranyakashipu. Fearful and disturbed, unable to find any other shelter, they at last surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Yeah. Finally, ఏ దిక్కు లేకపోతే భగవంతుడి దిక్కు అన్నట్టు. Finally, everyone, no matter who it is, even if it is a Devata, even if it's a Brahma, they have to depend on Krishna. And this is so many places it is mentioned. Okay, not just only in Bhagavatam. So many places it is mentioned. So here, in the 21st sloka, it speaks about our true friend. Who is our true friend? When there is a problem, there are so many friendship quotations. A friend is a friend who is in detail. This quotation is there, right? So
A
whenever
friend in
there is
need is a friend indeed.
so the true friend is the one who helps us when there is a need. And nowadays there are very less friends are there. Or else let's call it as less true friends, because there are so many friends in Facebook. We have friends in Instagram. We have friends everywhere. We are friends, but we don't know each other. But the true friend, our real friend, is Krishna. And he helps us always, no matter who you are. He doesn't care whether you are a male or female. He doesn't care if you are born in a Shudra family or Brahman family. He doesn't care if you are in a animal life or human life. He doesn't care anything. He helps you because We are his children. And these demigods got very scared of Hiranyakashipu, and they went to Vishnu for the help. And then Vishnu helps them. And we also, whenever there is a situation in our life, even if it's a materialistic problem, we should go to Krishna and beg for his mercy. And Krishna gives the best solution for that, by the way. Okay. May not be, we may not accept that solution, but it's actually best solution. It looks like a bad solution for us, but don't worry. Our mustard seed brain cannot understand. Mustard seed size brain cannot understand that solution. But Krishna knows better. Krishna gives that solution very nicely. It may not be good for now, but it's definitely gonna give you the best results in the future. Best results, always. But we should rely on Krishna. The dependence should be there on Krishna. Full dependence. There are so many cases like in the Bhagavatam, like who shown this quality. Arjuna, he was actually fighting for what? The kingdom, in a way. And there was a problem in the war field. What's the problem? He became so emotional by looking at his relatives, his gurus, his friends, and finally, what he did? What he did? Karpanya dosho pahatasvabhava prashyami tam dharma samudacheta yashreyasya nishchitam bruhitanme shishyastayam sadimam tam prapanna. He surrendered to Krishna. Krishna, I became emotional. I don't know what is right and what is not right. Please tell me what is good for me so that I can get back. Arjuna, the great warrior, the greatest warrior, depended on Krishna. Indra, the head of the demigods, he also surrendered to Krishna in Govardhan Leela and in many places, by the way. Brahma, in Brahma Vimohan Leela, when Krishna expanded himself into the different Gopas, Brahma was like bewildered, like, what am I seeing? Is this my creation? Like, how can this happen in my creation? He was thinking. And then finally surrendered to Vishnu, Krishna. Even Durvasa Muni, the great Muni, was hunt by Sudarshan Chakra. And finally, he went to Vishnu. And Krishna said, Aham Bhakta Paradino. I am bound by my devotees. I cannot take any decisions. If you want forgiveness, go and ask for the forgiveness of the Ambrish Maharaj. And also the greatest demigods also in the Samudra Manthan Leela went and surrendered to Krishna, saying that we are helpless. Please suggest. Then Vishnu gave him a solution of the Samudra Manthan. Churn the ocean, then you will get the Amrita, nectar. Then you can get back your powers. When Arjuna, being the great warrior, surrendered to Krishna, when Indra, the head of this demigod, surrendered to Krishna, when Brahma, the Visarga, who did this Visarga, the secondary creation, surrendered to Krishna, when Durvasa Muni, the great Muni, surrendered to Krishna, when the demigods, who has the greatest powers than our normal human beings, surrendered to Krishna, what's the problem for us to surrender? We should surrender. When there is a problem, we should surrender to Krishna. And Krishna himself is saying, Beta, come to me. Leave all the dharma, sarva dharman parityajya, mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha ishasham mam sucha. Krishna is saying this. Please leave all the religions. Come to me. I will take care of you. Please come. But for us, it's not easy. Why? We got so many things in our mind and we don't know what is right. Even after reading Shastras, we don't we don't have that faith we don't have. If Krishna comes in front of us, I don't know what kind of desire. I'll ask Krishna. Krishna, give me that. Krishna, give me this. Krishna. But Prithu Maharaj was saying, Krishna, you know what I want. And don't you know what I want, Krishna? Because you are my father. Please give me whatever is benefited for us. Okay. I have so many desires. Prithu Maharaj is saying this, okay? And if Prithu Maharaj is having so many desires, what to speak of? Like, yeah, billions of desires, billions, zillions. But when we surrender to Krishna, saying that, Krishna, you know what I want, and we should not open our mouth saying that I want this, I want. If we, by mistake, if we open our mouth, doomed. We have to, for those desires, we have to take minimum 1 million words, minimum. Those many desires we have. Yeah. But we should surrender to Krishna saying that, you know what I want, Krishna, please give that. What is that? I want to be your eternal servant. Okay. And even for those material desires, we should go to Krishna. Okay. Krishna is saying, our Shastras are saying, we should not go to demigods even for our material desires, because if you want to swim the ocean, you cannot hold the dog's tail. It's a foolishness. That's what Bhagavatam is saying this. Okay, I'm not saying this. Okay, Bhagavatam is saying that if you want to swim an ocean, if you hold a mm, dog's tail, what happens? You'll be doomed for sure. There's no question about it. In the same way, if you approach demigods for your material desires, what happens? You will be taking the birth again and again. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. You'll take birth again, death again, birth again, death again. Because demigods, what they can do, they can give the only the material benefits they can provide to you. Okay. But when we approach Krishna, he will give what is needed for us to get into the Goloka, our eternal abode. There we should go. But when we surrender to the demigods, we get for sure. We get the results for sure. Even if you approach demigods, there is no problem. But do we really want those material desires to go to spiritual world? Do we want to satisfy ourselves again and again and again and again in this material world? Is a question. Okay, the mudas, the people with less intelligence, ask for these boons and they're stuck here. Okay, so yeah, so that's what Krishna is saying. Please leave all the religions. Sarva dharman parityaja. Leave all the religions. Come to me. I'll take care of you. But the very unfortunate thing is we don't have that faith on Krishna. When we develop that faith and approach Krishna, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Pranadhana, Krishna, you are my mother, Krishna, you are my father. If we approach Krishna with this intention, why Krishna doesn't take care of us? See, my son has come and asked, he just got up and asked, Nana, I want to get into my lab. Obviously, I'll take it. I'm a material person with so much of anardhas. When I can take my child into my lab, why Krishna, who is full of mercy, Doyal, he's the king of the mercy. Like, why he will not take us into his labs? He will take for sure. But we should have that faith. We should go to him. Krishna Mata, Krishna. Shout, go shout. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Pranadhana. We should shout. Then Krishna will surely take us to him. But we should have that faith. With that full faith, 100% faith. Then we'll get Krishna for sure. We should always become his servant. Okay. Next 22 and 23. So what Devatas are saying, what Devatas are praying to Krishna there? Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto that direction where the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated, where those purified souls in the renounced order of life, the great saintly persons go, and from which, having gone, they never return. Without sleep, fully controlling their minds and living only on their breath, the predominating deities of the various planets began worshipping Rishikesha with this meditation. So we should also meditate while worshipping. We should not worship because we have to worship. It should not become a ritual. There should be some spirit behind it. And that spirit should be, we should meditate on Krishna. We should glorify Krishna in different ways. While making deity sleep, we should glorify Krishna. Jaya Govinda, Govinda, Gopala. We should glorify them. While feeding him, we should glorify him. Jaya Bhakata Vatsala Sri Gaura Hari. Krishna, you are so affectionate that you are taking the bhoga that is even cooked by a fallen soul like me. Bhakta Vatsala. Glorify him. So that's what Devatas are doing. Devatas are like meditating. Rishikesha. Here the word Rishikesha is the name Rishikesha used because this is like more of the senses topic of Hiranyakashipu, and control his senses. Thoda uska senses control karo. We are dying. Yeah. So Devatas are praying for it. And see, even Devatas, the Paragati, the supreme shelter is Krishna. Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramaka, Vasudeva Parayoga, Vasudeva Parakriya, Vasudeva Paramgnanam, Vasudevam Paramtapa, Vasudeva Parodharma, Vasudeva Paragati. The ultimate Gati for everyone is what? Vasudeva. Is the only Gati, who is supreme shelter for all of us. We should approach with that intention to Krishna. And these devatas, because Hiranyakashipu changed mantras also, even Vishnu is not being worshipped. Vishnu is also not worshipped. In Agnas, generally, we worship Vishnu, right? Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha, Sahasraksha Sahasrapad, Sabhumim Vishwato Ritva, Atyatishtat Dashangulam, Purusha Eve Dagam Sarvam, Yad Bhutam Yascha Bhavyam, Utamrita Seshanaha, Yadanne Natirahati. What is saying? Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha, you have thousands of head Vishnu. Sahasraksha, we have thousands of eyes. Sahasrapat, you have thousands of legs. Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Ashtadisha Dashangula. With this 10 inches, you covered entire world. Purusha Evedagam Sarvam Yad Bhutam Yascha Bhavyam. You know past, you know future, you know everything. Trikala Gnani. This used to be the worship of Vishnu in the sacrifices. But when Hiranyakashipu was ruling, he changed the mantras to Om Hiranyakashipaya Namaha instead of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He changed it. Om Namo Hiranyakashipaya Namaha. That in the same way, nowadays also we can see all these different saints also claim themselves as Bhagavan. No, we should not use Bhagavan for any ordinary gurus. Bhagavan should be used only for Krishna. Bhagavan. The one who has so much of Bhaga, Aishwarya. He should be used for the Krishna, not for any ordinary gurus. Guru should be Guru, that's it. No Bhagavan. That's what we do nowadays. Same like Hiranyakashipu mentality. We want to glorify our Guru as Bhagavan. No. Ultimate controller is Krishna. When we see, if we carefully look at it, we have all these qualities of Hiranyakashipu. There is nothing less. Maybe it's more, not but less. Everything from the starting 16th sloka, automatically food should come to me without working anything in the field and working in the software company. That we have for sure. And automatically all the gems, jewels should come to me from all the Sapta Samudras. That is there. I want gold. I want that necklace, this Vajra, this Vaidurya. That we want. And I will not take care of the cows, but the milk should come to me. Like Kamaduga that we discussed. That is also there with us. And what else? Like everything what Hiranyakashipu was having, they possess that quality. For sure. for sure. And we're exploiting this world, exploiting this nature by digging in so much deep, excavating so much, working so hard for the things that we don't need. We have exact similar nature of Hiranyakashipu. There is nothing less, nothing less. Yeah, but at least just like Devatas approached Krishna, if we also approach a guru and learn to worship Govinda, then our lives will be successful. We are doing Ugra Karma, but when we approach a guru, that may get reduced. We think what is needed versus what is not needed, what to do versus what not to do, how to behave versus how not to behave, how to talk versus how not to talk, how to eat versus how not to eat, how to sleep versus how not to sleep, how to mate versus how not to mate, how to defend versus how not to defend. Everything we'll get to know. Om Ajnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namo. He will give the torchlight by which we can see everything. That's why, just like Devatas also approached Krishna and Vishnu, we should also approach. But we should admit that we are contaminated in this material, by the way. Okay, there also you should not go and say that I am the greatest devotee in this all the planets, I don't have any contamination. There also we should not go and say, at least there only Krishna is listening, no one is listening. Be open there also, at least there. Anyway, outside we cannot be open saying that I am an idiot. But at least in front of Krishna, when no one is listening, go and tell in the ears of Krishna, Krishna, I am an idiot. Can you please make me nice? At least admit there. Yeah. Go and speak in the ears of Krishna. Krishna, I am an idiot. Can you please help me? Outside anyway we do self dabba. At least in front of Krishna, we should admit that I'm an idiot. Why idiot? Because we are asura. We have all the qualities, damba, dharpa, everything we have. So now, when these demigods approached Krishna, what solution Krishna gave? Let's see. Then there appeared before them a transcendental sound vibration enchanting from a personality, yeah, not visible to material eyes. The voice was as grave as the sound of a cloud, and it was very encouraging, driving away all the fear. Okay. Okay. So Krishna gave him as a sound vibration. Even for Brahma, whenever Brahma went for the help to Vishnu, Vishnu didn't come directly because he's so busy with his devotees. Yeah, so busy. He doesn't work too much for this material world. Okay, he already given us a lot, but we are polluting that. Okay, but when approaches Krishna, even it's Brahma, most of the times it was through the heart, the voice, through the voice it was. Okay, and that voice was as grave of as a sound of a cloud, and it was very encouraging, driving away all the fear. Okay, so in the next sloka 24, 25th and 6th, he suggested what they should do. The voice of the Lord vibrated as follows: "O best of learned persons, do not fear." See how, whenever I hear this sentence like "do not fear," I get so much of protection. I feel very much protected. Do not fear. Okay. I wish all the good fortune to you. Become my devotee by hearing and chanting about me and offering me prayers. For these are certainly meant to award benedictions to all the living entities. I know all about the activities of Hiranyakashipu and shall surely stop them very soon. Please wait patiently until that time. Uh, Here are so many things to learn. First thing is the protection of Krishna. Do not fear. I'm there for you. I will give whatever you lack. and I'll take whatever you don't need. Krishna gives that protection. And we should be ready for both of the things, by the way, okay, to receive what we need and to give away what we don't need. We should not hold everything like I want both also, then that's a difficulty. We should give some freedom to Krishna so that he can choose what is right and what is not right for us. If we are stick so much to what just we need, then even Krishna cannot help us. And what is telling? Become my devotees by hearing and chanting about me and offering me prayers. It's like basically he's telling like follow the 9 process of bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Total 9. We should follow this. Prahlad is saying that. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam, Iti Pumsar Pita Vishnu, Bhaktis Chain Navalakshana. These Navalakshanas we should have. And the first one is what? Shravana. Hear about Krishna. Hear about his Kirti. Glorify him. Okay. So, and also next what is Shravana? Kirtana. The immediate thing is what? We should do Kirtana. Kirtana means chant, read, recite. Go for Nagar Sankirtans. All these things we should do. Then what? Offering me prayers. Smarana. Offer me the prayers. Then for these certainly meant to award us the benedictions to all the living entities. And what is that benediction? We become a servant of Krishna. That's only desire, no other desire. That's what Nishkami is, right? Or else we will become Hiranyakashipu again. We are not karmis. We are not gnanis. We are not yogis also. We are what? Bhaktas. We should never try to become these three: karmi, gnani, yogi. Because if you become karmi, you will have to go into this giant wheel of what? Punarapi Janani, Punarapi Maranam. Punarapi Janani, Yatareshayana. And if you become Gnani, what happens? If you become Gnani, then also you'll get that liberation, but the oneness liberation you get merged into the Brahma Jyoti. What we will do by going into Brahma Jyoti? Like sit silent. That's we are not able to sit silently here only. How can we go and sit there? Yeah, we cannot sit there. Next what? Yogis. These yogis also we don't need. Why do we need so many powers? Now we don't have any power. Then just the only power we have is the simple job, and that also we don't know when we lose. Okay, that's the only power we have. With that power only we are like ruling the world, saying that I am this, I am that, I work in this company, I earn this much salary, that this, like we are raising our shoulders. And when you get so many mystic powers in Siddhalokas, when you become yogi, just imagine what we will do. But when we become bhaktas, we become humble, eternal servants at the lotus feet of Krishna. And that should be our pride. That I am a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. When one becomes servant, there is no pride. There's no place for the pride. We can try in this material world. So you go to any Vaishnavas and say, I'm your servant, your heart will be relieved. Ammaya. నాకు చూసుకోవడానికి ఒకళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. There is someone to take care of me. And that is my master who is the Bhakta. And that Bhakta should have another master is another Bhakta. And finally, that ultimate master is what? Krishna. So many protectors are there for us. We should not worry too much. So many persons, so many devotees are there to take care of us. We should never worry. We are in so much of protection. The other day, His Grace Lilananda Prabhu was saying, when we chant Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine, are we really feeling that Acharya while we are reciting this mantra, or we are doing like robotically, like Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Gaun Prajna Vishnu Bhajan, are we doing this? Then better not to do it. But when we take shelter of our acharyas, we get so much protection. We'll really feel that someone is there to take care. Just like a child thinks that my papa or my mama will take care of me. In the same way, are we really feeling that our acharyas will take care of us? Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavati Paschatya Deshatarane. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Are we really taking shelter? Again, I'm speaking disclaimer I already given. I'm speaking beyond my realizations. But are we really taking their shelter while reciting these mantras? Is a question that we should ask ourselves. Daily we should ask. The day in our satsang I was telling, we should always have the two checkpoints. One is Simhavaloka, other one is Vihangavaloka. Vihanga means bird. Okay, Simha means lion. Simhavaloka means for every Ekadashi, we should turn back and see, did I spend these 15 days in the service of Krishna, in the remembrance of Krishna or not? We should do. Just like a lion, while hunting, it checks, it turns back and sees. Simha avaloka. Simha means lion, avaloka means the vision, basically. It just turns back and sees, am I going in the correct pace or not? Am I, are my group, lion group is coming, following me or not? Just that checks. In the same way, as a devotees, we should turn back and check whether are we following the correct or not. Are we following the bhakti or not? We should check that. Vihangavaloka means what? Bird. Vihangavaloka means bird eye view. In this corporate sessions, we use red bird eye view, that eye view, this eye view. Bird eye view means just like a bird looks from the top, the entire picture comes. We should also check our entire devotional practice and check, are we following correctly or not? We should check these two for sure and follow the process. Okay, then we will reach our destination without any question. It's not over, it should not be again overconfidence. It should be just a confidence. Okay, yeah, it should not be overconfidence. It should be just a confidence. When we have that confidence, then we will surely go to Krishna. Okay, and what we'll do by going there? Just serve him, nothing. There also we should ask for the service. Okay, next 27th. Yada deveshu vedeshu hoshu vipreshu sadhusu. What is telling? When one is envious of demigods who represent the Supreme Personality of Godhead, of the Vedas, second, the Vedas, third, which give you all knowledge, and of the cows, fourth, of the Brahmanas, fifth, of the Vaishnavas, sixth, of the religious principles, and ultimately of me, means Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he and his civilization will be vanished, vanquished without delay. So, Krishna is saying to keep a check on these things. 7 things he is telling. What is that? First thing, never ever commit a sin against the Vedas, which are like our mother. It speaks only good that should be there for us. Second is cows. Third is Brahmanas. The above the Brahmanas is Vaishnavas. And next is the religious principles. And finally, 6, ultimately me, Krishna. Krishna is speaking this. And what is telling? Whenever one becomes envious of these 6, he and also his civilization will be vanquished without any delay. Without any delay, it will be vanquished. Yeah. So that's what is Krishna is telling. Here, so many things we can learn. One is we should take care of the cows. Okay, at least if we cannot do directly, at least indirectly we should take care of the cows. and we should follow our Shastras. Shastra means what? There is Shastra is different, Shastra is different. Both are different. Okay, Shastra is different, Shastra is different. Basically the word, there are two words in the Shastra, Shastra, Yantra, Tantra, Mantra, Astra. All this there is Tra is the common. The Tra basically means a tool or instrument. Okay, and Sas in Shastras, the Sas indicates the to instruct. A tool that instruct us is called Shastra. The tool that instruct is as what? Shastra. And the Shastra means the tool that destroys. And mantra means the tool that delivers our mind or that cleans our mind. And tantra means it's like a spiritual framework, a tool. And yantra means a spiritual energy. Okay, so these things we should be never commit against sin against the Shastras. We should never commit the sin. And Vedas, cows, Brahmanas. We should not do any Brahmana para. Okay, or else we'll give Brahmana Shapa, just like Hiranyakashipu got from the Kumaras. Okay, and next is the Vaishnava. This is the biggest offense that one can commit. Vaishnava Parada. So, such a big offense, Vaishnava Parada. There are different list is there for this Vaishnava Paradas. Okay, that we should not commit. And also against the religious principles also we should not commit. And ultimately, we should never blaspheme Krishna that Hiranyakashipu is doing. Hiranyakashipu literally did all these offenses. He didn't follow Vedas. Okay, and he was ordering cows to give milk automatically. And Brahmanas, like demigods, he didn't respect them. Vaishnavas, like Prahlad, he didn't, like he was hurting Prahlad. And religious principles, he was not following. He was telling that I will give the boons to the asuras and I will punish the demigods. So the religious principle also he didn't follow. And ultimately, Krishna, he was actually waiting to kill Krishna. He was waiting to, Hiranyakashipu was waiting to kill Krishna. My son is wondering, how can someone kill Krishna? Yeah, he was waiting to kill Krishna. Yeah. So none of them were being followed by Hiranyakashipu. And so our materialistic people also, they don't follow any of them. Any of them. Yeah. So we should be careful on these things. And the 28th, when Hiranyakashipu teases the great devotee Prahlada, his own son, who is peaceful and sober and who has no enemy, I shall kill Hiranyakashipu immediately despite the benedictions of Brahma. So many things here also. When Krishna can tolerate anything, he can tolerate anything, but he cannot tolerate the torture against his devotees. His devotees should be taken care very nicely, even in this material world. They should not be offended. They should not commit sins against his devotees. Krishna is so possessive. He doesn't want anything to be happen to his devotees. Very possessive. Very, very possessive. When Bhishma Dev was coming towards Arjuna, though Krishna promised that he will not lift the weapon, immediately, like he could not see Arjuna defeat. Then immediately he lifted the Radha Chakra and he went towards Bhishma Dev. That was the love for his devotees of Krishna towards us. In the same way, he's telling that if something happens to Prahlad, just like we also say this, like this, right? నువ్వు అజ్జే ఇజ్జే ఓకే బట్ పొర్రపాటున ఇది కనుక చేసినావా నువ్వు అయిపోయినట్టే. We also say the same thing, right? Everything that we do is we are coming from there only, from Krishna only, but it's little perverted way. Okay, in the same way Krishna is telling you do whatever you want, but if you by mistake, if you torture my devotee Prahlada, I will kill you. I will kill you even though you have so many benedictions from Brahma. Brahma might give any so many benediction that he will not be killed outside, he will not be killed inside, he will not be killed upside, downside, that astra, this shastra, all this useless, you throw it out. I don't care. I didn't Krishna, just like Krishna didn't care about his promise that he will not lift weapon in the Kurukshetra Yuddha, in the same way, he doesn't care about anything. And all the rules and regulations he will not follow. If something happens to his, he breaks the rules. If something happens to his devotees. When Gajendra was calling, he came by leaving everything. There is a nice poem, nice padya in Telugu. సిరికించెప్పడు శంఖ చక్రయుగముంచేదోయి సంధింపడు ఏ పరివారంబును వీరడభ్రకపతిం భన్నింపడు ఆకర్ణ కాంతిర్ధమ్మిల్లము జక్కనొత్తడు వివాదస్పోదిత శ్రీకుచోపరిచేలాంచమైన వీడడు గజ ప్రాణావనోత్సాహియై సిరికించెప్పడు ఈవెన్ he doesn't tell Lakshmi that Lakshmi Devi I am going to protect my devotee. He doesn't tell Shanka Chakra Yugamun Chedo is Andimpadu. He will not even wear his Shanka and Chakra. Just like we go to office with wearing tie, belt, this ID card and all, right? Dog belt. He doesn't wear all these things. Shanka Chakra, even he forgets his Shanka Chakra. Sirikincheppadu, Shanka Chakramun Chedo is Andimpadu. ఏ పరివారంబును జీర doesn't tell all his relatives there. I'll go and come. I'll come in 2 days. Don't worry. Because it's urgency for him to protect his devotee. ఏ పరివారంబును జీర అభ్రకపతిం భన్నింపడు. He doesn't even ask Garuda, let's go. He doesn't. He just jumps. ఏ పరివారంబును జీర అభ్రకపతిం భన్నింపడు ఆకర్ణ కాంతిర్ ధమ్మిల్లము జక్కనొత్తడు. The air, the swinging air of the Krishna was flowing on his ears, but still he doesn't care. He just comes. He doesn't get ready before going to protect his devotee. ఆకర్ణ కాంతిర్ ధమ్మిల్లము జక్కనొత్తడు వివాదస్ఫోతిత శ్రీ కుచోపరి చేలాంచమైన వీడడు గజ ప్రాణావనోత్సాహి అయి. Even he doesn't leave the means when Krishna is being with Lakshmi Devi, or Vishnu is being with Lakshmi Devi, by mistake his chunni, the sari, edge of the sari of Lakshmi Devi was in the hands of Vishnu, and while going he is not even leaving this because it's urgency. He's not even thinking about I'm holding your sari and nothing like that. He's just going. Kuchopari chelanchamina veedu. Lakshmi Devi's sari, edge of the sari also is not leaving. He's just going. For what? Gaja Pranavonotsahiyai, just to save the life of the Gaja, the elephant. That is the urgency Krishna feels when we surrender, when we take a shelter. Do we have that faith? We should have that faith. When Draupadi was begging for help for so many great devotees there, like Arjuna, Yudhishthir, everyone was helpless. Even the Bhishma Dev couldn't talk anything. But when she left her own Swayam Shakti and when she asked for the help of Parashakti, super help, then Krishna immediately helped. But before going to Krishna, we should not be proud of our energy. Our ability, we should not be proud of. We should not be proud. Just like Gajendra fought for thousands of years with the crocodile. Gajendra was feeling so much confident on his ability. But finally, it says that I'm helpless. I became Shakti-hina. Then it offered a lotus flower to Krishna, reciting a prayer. Then immediately Krishna came. The same way, Draupadi was, first she depended on her own ability to protect herself. And then Draupadi was asking others in the Sabha. No one was helping. Paragati, Vasudeva Paragati. Then finally, she asked for the help of Vasudeva. Immediately, he came and gave the unlimited sari to Draupadi Devi. So many examples like this in the Bhagavatam. Krishna helps his devotees in the urgency mode. Please note this point, urgency mode. Krishna is Krishna is eagerly waiting for each one of us personally in the Goloka. Personally, by the way, okay? He's not like, it's there in the book and he forgot. No, he's personally waiting in the Goloka at the entrance to hug each one of us. Each one of us. And if we get entangled in the hugs of this material world, hugs of the pride, hugs of the name, hugs of the fame, hugs of the properties, we will never get the hug of Krishna, which is far more soothing, which far more lovable, far more pleasing, far more satisfying hug. And if we became entangled in the hugs of this material world, we cannot get that hug. That hug is our paragati should be that. Our supreme destination should be that hug. And Krishna hugs each one of us personally. Personally, she hugs. We should be like a childlike mentality in bhakti. The other day, my son was hugging Tulsi Devi. He was going and hugging Tulsi Devi. Because now he is little pure, because he doesn't hold any, he didn't get this material tinge yet. But once he becomes elder, he will also become like me only. Yeah. So, but if one continues in the association of great Vaishnavas like you, if he also should become a good devotee, he will become a good devotee. Yeah, please bless him. Please bless me also. Yeah. So we should always take the association of the Vaishnavas. And then our success is guaranteed. Just like anyone approaches Krishna, he will not let anyone go with empty hands. He will give full. And finally, Narada Muni is saying that when the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master of everyone, is the Loka Guru, See, spiritual master of everyone. All the Sampradaya should lead to what? Krishna. Be it Sri Sampradaya, be it Rudra Sampradaya, be it Kumara Sampradaya, be it Brahma Sampradaya. Everyone should lead to what? Krishna, because he is the Loka Guru, the master of everyone. And he reassured all the demigods living in the heavenly planets. They offered their respectable obeisances unto him and returned confident that the demon Hiranyakashipu was now practically dead. It's practically dead. Because that's the assurance of Krishna. Krishna's assurance, మాట అంటే మాటే కృష్ణుడు ఇస్తాడు, చేస్తాడంటే చేస్తాడు అంతే. What he cannot do, he can do everything. Yeah. But if we want this same life, then we cannot. Even Krishna cannot help us. Even Krishna cannot help us if we want this. Yeah. So to summarize, Hiranyakashipu was so puffed up with his material opulence that he gained material powers that he gained from Brahma, and then he was torturing all the Prakriti, saying that I want everything without any work automatically. Basically, he wanted to create the Vaikunta in this material world. But being so much puffed up with his material powers, and he was serving his senses, he was not satisfied. Just like us, we have so much, but we are not satisfied. We are not satisfied at all. So finally, he changed the mantras of the yajnas, and he was not sharing the yajna results, sacrificial results to devatas, so that devatas will die of hunger. And finally, devatas, just like when we approach a true friend, when there is a need, devatas approach their true friend and everyone's true friend, the Nija Snehita, Krishna. And Krishna told that Immediately he didn't tell I'll come. He told, go, chant, pray, offer respects to me, then I'll come. We should have some patience to see the God. On the first day of 16 rounds only, we should not expect to see Krishna. Okay, we should have some patience. Just like Shabari had so much of patience to wait for Sri Ramachandra for 90 years. Daily, Shabari Mata daily gets up, he cleanses her house, he puts some rangoli because Ramachandra is coming as an invitation for him, and Ramachandra doesn't come. Next day, she does the same thing, and Ramachandra doesn't come. Next day, she does the same thing. Ramachandra doesn't come. And fourth day, she was not scolding Ramachandra, are you there or not? She was waiting patiently. So much patience. Utsaha, Nischaya, Dhairya. That patience we need. Shabari was literally waited for 90 years because her guru told her that before you leave this body, you will have the darshan of Sri Ramachandra. That should be the confidence on the Guru Vak. Whatever Guru speaks, we should have that confidence. Again, I'm speaking beyond my realizations, as I mentioned. So finally, Krishna told, go chant my glories, do kirtana, and offer prayers to me. I will come and I know all the things. I'll kill Hiranyakashipu, especially when he hurts my devotee Prahlad. And finally, all the devatas returned with so much of confidence. Because Kaunteya pratijanihi na bhakta na me bhaktya pranashyati. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, declare boldly that my devotee never perishes. Never perishes. That is the assurance Krishna is giving. So, with that confidence, let us all chant the glories of Krishna, do the kirtan of Krishna, and offer our humble prayers to Krishna, because here he is assuring that if someone does that, he will come personally to us. So let us all enthusiastically chant, glorify, and offer our humble prayers to Krishna, being in the mood of a servant of the servant of the servant, and Krishna will surely come and help us without fail. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hari
you.
Hari.